Good evening, traders. Welcome to the weekly commodity report. I'm your host, Paul. I'm going to use wave analysis to look at the commodity sectors, see what price levels are important, what patterns might be playing out. Going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's start. Going to start with natural gas. This is the December contract now. I've rolled forward from November to December. November is about to expire, so might as well start using this contract now. So the numbers will be different from last week's video. And natural gas is playing out pretty much just as I expected. So far, it's looking like it's just making a correction here, because I think this ABC move down, I think that's going to be just the A wave of this fifth wave. And this should be either here, or they might correct and go up to create a B wave, and then still one more down to break that 2712 level one more time, and then that will complete the fifth wave. So that's what I'm expecting natural gas to be doing. And so far we only have 3 waves up. So we just got this 1, 2, 3 wave. Now the one thing that could be in play is I want to watch this region over here, this from 2906 down to 2861 region. If I drill in a little, the one pattern that I see that could put natural gas up into this red zone is if this is going to be a diagonal for this A wave. So this could be 1 and 2, and then this could have been 3 that they hit today. And if it comes down in 3 waves into this zone and then starts to churn higher, that could be 4, and then it's going to come up for break 298 for the fifth wave, and then give you a correction, and then up, and then I think we'll be up in this 305 to 314 range, and they'll just make a bigger ABC correction. So as it stands right now, they did hit the very top of this purple zone that I have, just peeked across the 2977, made it to 298. So that could be, we could have a 3-wave move. That could be A. This could be B, and now the sell-off will begin. But like I said, I just want to watch this region and see if this holds, and then they go and break 298 one more time, because then that'll be a 5-wave move. Correction and back up, and then it'll fall. So let's see what pattern is in play here. But yeah, I'd only be looking to buy, and if it does pull down into this region and you can withstand the possibility of it coming all the way down, I think looking for buy setups is the only way to play natural gas from now on. All right, let's move on to oil. Oil looking good too. So we had the 5-wave move down to last Friday and expecting a correction. And pretty much just like natural gas, we do have a 3-wave move. And so that could be all the correction. And now it's going to come back and break 68.17. But this was a pretty strong move up. I have a feeling like that's just the A wave. And this 3-wave move, that could be the B wave. And now they're going to come up in like a 5-wave. I think it would be a ending diagonal pattern. Give you a C wave, so a big A, B, and C, and it probably would get close to this 73 to 74 range. And then that's where I would be looking to short oil, because I think oil has another drop below 68, and like I've been saying, I think it actually will be breaking 63. So I'm only looking for sells in oil, especially after this 5-wave move down. Should be a correction, and then we'll have to see what happens when they break 68.17 one more time. So yeah, I have a feeling that they're going to be coming up, and this is going to be the A, B, and C, and it'll be up here, and then time to short oil. See if that plays out. All right, let's move on to the metals, and we will start with copper. And after this drop, excuse me, after this drop here, actually starting, yeah, early this morning, this is too big of a drop. I don't think that copper is going up from right here. So last week I had this as a WXY pattern, and I don't know how I missed this, but this is a 5-wave pattern. This was a diagonal. It hit the 3rd wave target exactly, very top of that box. So we have a 5-wave move down. So now we have to have a correction up, and we do have an ABC already. And the only question is this correction all for copper? And it's going to go and break 42915 one more time, or is this like the A, this is a deep B, they'll give you one more wave up and then fall down. So I'd only be looking for the buys. I think this ABC is going to end up being the first wave of a diagonal going up, and this is going to be just a 3-wave move down for copper and be the second wave, and then from here it should be rebounding 3 waves up to go up for the 3rd wave. So I'm only looking for buys, and then after that 5-wave move, now I see that 429 has to be broken one more time. Well, most likely it will get broken. We'll have to see how high this wave, because if this wave gets real strong, then this 5-wave move might not break it. But given the way this is selling off, I think this ABC is all the correction. And so as it stands right now, it looks like we just have 3 waves, but this could be making an ending diagonal. That was 1, 2, 3. I would think they'll get one more bounce if this is going to be 4, and then come down one more time for the 5th wave. And if that plays out, then this would be an ending diagonal, and then copper looks really, really attractive, somewhere in this 426 range or so. So yeah, I like copper, but after reevaluating this first piece, yeah, I think 429 has to break one more time, and then I'd be a strong buyer of copper. All right, gold. All right, gold getting strong, making new high, all-time highs. And to me, it's in the 5th wave, but I don't see the end of it, because this is just 1, and then they came down for 2. And I think this is 3, and I think this is an expanding flat. And this is going to be the A, B, and then a strong sell-off for C to complete the 4th wave. And so I think it's got to go up in 3 waves to complete the 5th wave of the 5th wave. So I think it's got one more break of 27.58, and then gold's going to have a really, really big correction coming, because then we'll have a complete 5-wave move up, and then we've got this one too. So there'll be a big correction coming then. Once it does break, there'll be a big correction. So yeah, it gets a little sketchy here on whether it's even worth playing for this 5th wave move up. Yeah, it's not, because once they break that, at any moment it could break, start correcting, and you only got like 1.59% move up from where it is right now. I don't think that's enough to play. So I think this is one that you've already got to be in, and if you're in, I would stay in until it breaks, and then somewhere up here you got to pick a level, I think, to do something, somehow protect your position, either take full profit, partial, because I think then there's going to be a big correction coming for gold. All right, silver, pretty much the same thing. I don't see silver being done yet, because after this big running flat, I think this is 1, 2, and now they're going up for a 5-wave move, and I think we just have 1, 2, and 3 in, And they've come right into this perfect zone for the 4. So, I mean, maybe this correction isn't quite done yet. Maybe they'll still chop around a little bit, but it's in the zone, and I think this will be 4. Either they created that 4 today, early in the day, they spiked it all the way down, or maybe they'll give a bounce and then one more drop. But definitely in this zone, I'd be playing that because this is a pretty decent size, especially if they come down one more time. Because you're looking at almost 5% if they get down to the bottom of this box, like low 33 range. Have you a 5% move to finish off this 5th wave. And who knows? I mean, that 5th wave could go even higher, could get 6 to 8% easily. So yeah, I like silver. Still one more high to break 34.86. And then after that, then there's going to be a big correction coming for silver. All right, let's move on to uranium. All right, so we broke that high, that May high, just barely. And now you've had a big, strong sell-off. So looking at this pattern, it looks very much like they could be making an expanding flat here. Because after this 3 wave, I do think that this is a diagonal here. This is 1, 2. I think this is a 3 right there and a small 4. And then a quick 1, 2, 3 wave move up for 5. So I do see like an ending diagonal. Actually, I think it's going to be a leading diagonal. And I want to see the reaction in this 29.70 to 31.34, which they've already peaked into. Because I think this could be, I think this drop down to here was the A wave. I think they're in the B wave actually. And it's correcting upwards. So I think this is going to be like the A and a B, and they're going to still go up one more time for the C wave, and that'll finish the B wave, and then you're going to get a strong sell-off, and then it's going to go back up. And so we're going to have this running flat look like that. And yeah, and then uranium will go back up. So I'm watching this zone. If you're not in, I don't know if it's worth taking the chance on that. What are we looking at from right here? Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, 7%, because it should, we can remove this line. That's irrelevant. This 33.99 now is the key one. So yeah, you got like 7 to 8% if they're going to go and break that 33.99. But then, you know, this should be a pretty strong drop, and then down in the 26 range or so, 25 range, then that will be the great buy to play for uranium. So let's see if this area holds, and then they go and break it, because then I'd be expecting a pretty strong sell-off in uranium. But when it gets down to 25, 26, that's going to be a really awesome buy then. So let's first get confirmation that this is just a B wave. So correction down into this zone, and then a break one more time, and then I think that's B. And then I think this is going to be creating a nice running flat. All right, that's what I see in the commodities. Hope it helps. Thanks for your likes and support. Good luck. See you in the next video.